Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today is very exciting because I am trying out and reviewing the Wayne Goss Anniversary Brush Set Volume 2. Let me just tell you how aggressive Beautylish is, which I kind of appreciate on the low, not gonna lie. It took me a while to buy a full set of Wayne Goss brushes because they are very expensive. Not that expensive has stopped me before, because you know of my splurges that I've made and announced on this channel. I just felt because I was spending money on so much things and I have so many brushes, I'm like, I could live without a Wayne Goss brush. I mean, I did buy one in February 2016 from Beautylish, his number 13 multitasking brush, which I actually really love. The softness of it, the multitasking properties it possesses. You could use it with cream, you could use it with powder, you could switch back and forth, blend out your foundation, apply your bronzer, la 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 la. Beautiful brush. This is the only one that I purchased, of course, before the anniversary set. And I've always seen his launches and I've always received those Beautylish emails like, Alicia, Wayne Goss's new collection is coming out in a couple of days. You can be the first to get it. I get a kick out of their emails, man. Like, have you ever gotten a Beautylish email? The hype they create is, I mean, is entertaining, really. The one thing that got me about this anniversary set is, yes, I believe because the first one sold out, okay, whatever. This set has a flat shader brush. I specifically remember while watching Wayne's video, his favorite brush video, which were his own, he didn't design a flat shader brush because he usually used his fingers to apply shimmer or metallic shades, foil shades on the lids. He specifically designed a flat shader brush for this collection. Okay, fine, I have a bunch of shader brushes. What's the big deal? Alicia, if you buy this set by 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will upgrade your shipping to next day. FedEx next day. You know how expensive that is? This is from San Francisco. It's from the West Coast. I think that's what put me over the edge, for sure. I never purchased a Wayne Goss brush set. It was hard to decide from his face brushes and his eyeshadow brushes, and buying both sets would have been like over $500. Waited. Anniversary Volume 2 came along, and that next day shipping upgrade, check out. Here they came. Okay, first of all, the delivery box. Standard. You open the packaging and you see the Beautylish box. You open the lid and you see beautifully laid out black tissue paper with a card, I believe, that says like, thank you for buying the Wayne, I forgot where it is, but it was like a thank you card for buying this anniversary set. You open the tissue paper, and housed in that luscious wrapping of goodness, you have a Beautylish bag zippered up. Inside is the cylinder that's also wrapped with tissue paper. You unwrap it, you open it. The brushes are also in plastic, individually wrapped in tissue paper, tied in a black bow. I don't even want to open this package. It's just gorgeous. And they also are very nice in a velvet little pouch to send me samples of Oribe shampoo and conditioner. I'm looking at the ingredients. Shampoo has sodium lauryl sulfate. Will not be using that. Inside the cylinder, you have a card, a how to care for your brushes card. In here, it breaks down daily care instructions as well as gentle washing instructions, which I feel is very helpful. Here you have your brushes. Oh, look at these babies. Unused, untouched. I wanted to wait until I filmed this video. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It was $241. This is an older brush. This is from the anniversary set. I believe the anniversary set has the special pink font inscription on there that says Wayne Goss and then the number of the brush. I have Beautylish's website on standby just so I can break down what each brush is designed to do. So let's go over them, shall we? Brush number 1 is a dense dual fiber brush for fast, flawless foundation application. Brush number 2 is a tapered sculpting brush for highlighter, blush, and bronzer. Brush number 3 is a fluffy eyeshadow brush that doubles as a precision highlighter brush. Brush number 4 is a silky soft crease brush that works with any eye shape. Brush number 5 is a finely pointed pencil brush for detail work around eyes and lips. Brush number 6 is an eyeshadow blending brush that softens pigment in a single swipe. Brush number 7, a flat eyeshadow brush that packs on pigment and works wonders with concealer. Lastly, brush number 8, a small push liner brush that works color deep into the lash line. Alright, that is the breakdown for the entire set. I am very, very excited. I am going to just use his brushes, not going to dip out, use any of mine. On the daily care instructions card, it does say, simply wipe the brush gently on a tissue to release any remaining powder or makeup. That's it. Great, especially because they are used for different things. I will make sure to have my tissues on standby to use the brush for highlighter, then concealer, you know, all that stuff. Using 2 primers today, I'm first going in with my No Pore Problem by Touch in Sol, just to the areas around my nose, because that's where I have the most pores. The rest of my face, I'll apply the Sun & Park Beauty Filter Cream. I'm not even going to use my beauty sponge. I'm going to use the brush to blend out my concealer and my foundation. Now for foundation, I recently picked up the new Hourglass Blash. I keep on saying Blash, like I'm combining Vanish and Flash. The Blash stick. I found the best way to apply this and for it to still show under foundation is to, yes, apply it to the high points of your face, but not apply foundation over it and just blend it out as such. First, I take the Champagne Flash to cheekbone, forehead. That's it for now. Cupid's bow, why not? Then with honey and warm honey. Honey to the center of my face. Warm honey to the outer perimeters. Alright, here it goes. Going in with the number 1. This is the dual fiber blend out brush. Getting nice and close. I'm trying to remain calm, okay? Already love how this is blending out my Vanish stick. See how I leave that for the last blend? So it's able to still show through. Well, that looks pretty flawless. Excuse me. I really love this brush. I love how it's angled and the fact that it's wide. It takes up more surface area on one push. And I feel that my foundation blended out fairly quickly. This is how the skin looks up close. Whoa, that was nice. Not gonna lie. I'm just going in with a little bit of more warm honey to cover these blemishes that still insist on peeking through. But I want to use the brush that you can blend out concealer with. Brush number 7, which is also the flat shader. So let's see. I love the size of the brush. Just to note, I actually sometimes blend out my Hourglass with his older number 13, and I go in this type of motion, which I really love. That's another brush that I find if you could only buy one Wayne Goss brush. Currently he has that design in the white hair version, but it's just multitasking. You can use it with both cream and powder, and I find it very, it's a beautifully designed brush that lays on product without looking patchy or textured. Get on with the concealer. Now, I feel because of how small that brush is that Wayne typically doesn't apply this much concealer on his clients. I want to use brush number 2. brush number 2 is incredibly soft. I could bring this right to the inner corner of my eye and it doesn't stab me. Because this portion of my eye is very sensitive, and one wrong move, I'll won't stop tearing, and that's a wrap. These are handcrafted in Japan. Machines were not used to create these brushes. I think that's why they come with such a high price point. But because of the craftsmanship and the attention to detail, the fact that these are not cut with a machine is the reason why they're just so beautifully designed, and they just blend makeup. I mean, I love how this blended out my concealer. And I'm not a huge brush fan when it comes to blending out concealer. I automatically go to my beauty sponge. But I just can't get over how soft this brush is. So it feels incredibly comfortable under the eyes. Oh, it's just feather soft. Get out of here. Stop it, Wayne. I'm gonna wipe off the excess carefully with a tissue. Then I will now use this same number 2 brush to apply my powder. I've been applying my highlighter early in the face routine just to set the cream Vanish stick that I applied earlier. And with that, I'm going to use the same brush, wipe off the excess loose powder. I've been really loving the Milano Sunglow Strobelight highlighters. I mean, these suckers give some serious glow. Just laying it right over that Hourglass stick. So pretty! Gorgeous. Love, love, love. I'm sure I could use this, which in fact, why not? I'm going to use the number 1 to apply my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Compact to set the rest of my foundation. And I also just carefully pat around the borders of the highlighter so it could even better blend into the skin. Love how this is looking. All right, I'm gonna zip over to do my brows. I'll be right back. Eyebrows are on, and I thought I would take the opportunity to use the number 7 with my NARS Soft Matte to carve them out. I will say I still love my Ray Ray BH Cosmetics collab brush because it comes to a finer point. This I could have used, but I feel that these designs are harder to maneuver around the arch. That's a me thing. I just find it difficult to use that brush when it comes to rounding under. If I had to use this, like, I wouldn't find a problem with it at all. This is the part that I'm most excited for, these eyeshadow brushes. Lightly dusting the concealer with some loose powder so blending will be easier. I thought the best eyeshadows to use with these brushes are my current favorite. They are the new Makeup Forever eyeshadow singles, which I feel even rival the Colored Rain eyeshadows. These mattes, they're not as dusty and kickbacky in the pans, and the way they blend out is just simply immaculate. I've been using these non-stop. I want to get more. I'm holding off because, again, it's like I need to stop getting so crazy with the buying. But if you haven't tried these, give them a shot. I think they're worth a lookie. Want to reserve the number 3 for blending. And my first crease application, I will go in with the number 4. I'm going to take this shade here. Oh, well, that picked up a lot more eyeshadow than I expected. It's funny, I'm not used to such a pointy crease brush. You know I love to use my, I don't have it with me now, but my Anastasia brush, which is more rounded out. So this is a different experience for me. Okay, then I'll take the number 3, the lighter shade in the palette, which is custom, by the way. I chose these shades. Now at the border of that first shade to blend it out further. I am having a moment. And this is my bad eye. That's a pretty nice blend. I love the point. It just helps pull the shadow out into that V that I like to end with. The only thing I wish that I had is just a slightly bigger blending brush, just to kind of refine these edges, because that's what I'm used to using. It's not a huge deal. It's just how I'm used to doing my makeup with the brushes that I have. I'll learn. Now with the number 6, with the purple shade, I've been loving as an alternative defining shade besides the blacks, and the browns. Right into the outer V. Oh, that's nice. I'm also going to apply this to the inner V. You know I love my halos. I love the shape of this brush, the way that it's able to fit into my outer V and inner V, and is blending out really nicely. Going back with number 3 to further blend out the edges. Now that we have a small shader brush, I'm then going in with my shimmer shade here, hitting it with some Fix Plus, and laying that down between the purple shade. I love the shape of this brush. It's perfect for placing the right amount of color on the lid without it spreading too far up or out. And just blend in the edges of the purple. Guess I'll use the push liner brush with the brown. It's definitely easy to place it right on the lash line. Doesn't take much effort at all. Another thing I like about these shadows, there is zero fallout. Zero. Without extra product, I actually wiped off some. I'm just further refining the edges here. Alright friends, I'll be right back with the other eye done. Other eye is done. I applied mascara. What do you guys think? Listen, these brushes are beyond soft and they blend eyeshadow out effortlessly. I'm not used to working with this shape. They remind me of paint brushes because they're so tapered, and the way I usually like to blend out my crease shades is just with a rounder tapered brush. Not that is wrong or right, it's just I've never tried Wayne Goss brushes before in this shape from any other brand, and I've become accustomed to blending out eyeshadows with those shaped brushes, and it was actually a really nice experience to see what I could do with a brush this tapered in blending out my crease shades. I think perhaps my most favorite eye brush out of the set is the number 6, because I love how it's tapered but round. It's pinched, so it's a little flat, and the way it blended out my outer V crease shade, my defining shade, I just love. Made it super easy, had enough control to blow out the color but not too far out or down. It's a nice brush. If you just wanted to buy one eye brush from what I've used for Wayne Goss, I definitely love the number 6 the most. I forgot about the pencil brush. You know what, we're gonna still make stuff happen. I'm combining the purple and the brown, putting it right under. Well, that's soft. What I'm also going to use the pencil brush for, wiping off the excess, going in with my metallic shade, I apply this with my pinky, but I'm just doing it for demo's sake. I'm gonna punch this right to the center of my lower lash line to give it some light. So I'm adding more to what I've already applied. Oh, this pencil brush is incredibly soft. It doesn't stab, it doesn't feel rough, especially the lash line is very sensitive on me, on most people I feel. And to have a brush this soft and flexible to apply shadow on your lower lash line so seamlessly without causing any pain is great. Really nice pencil brush. One of the softer ones that I've used, soft and flexible, because some pencil brushes can be very stiff. The only other pencil brush I really like is from Dose of Colors. I think it's small, flexible, and soft. But this one I feel is more dense, but it's still very flexible. Really nice pencil brush. Before I got that idea, I wanted to go back in with the number 7 with my satin beige shade here from my palette to apply some highlights on the brow bone. Alright, now I'm really excited to use the number 2. You can use it for blush and bronzer and highlighter. Okay, going in with my Elcie bronzing powder in tan. Take some of that. Let's see. That's nice. This brush is incredibly soft and it just makes for a seamless application. It practically melts the product into the skin. I mean, it's extraordinary. And the precision of it is great, right? Because it gets right into the crevice of your cheekbone and applies product right to where you need it to go. I went a little crazy on this side. I'm using the number 1 to kind of buff out the excess bronzer I put on my face. Got a little too excited. To add a little more punch of highlighter, I'm using the number 3. I'm gonna wipe off any excess eyeshadow so it doesn't end up on my cheekbone. Using more of the Strobelight from Milano in number 3, just placing it to the highest point. Oh yeah. I love how that deposits highlighter right where you need it, where I need it, just right here on this portion of my cheekbone. For blush, using still the number 2 with my Yves Saint Laurent I Have a Blush on You. One of my few blush splurges, but I love this shade. Using the pencil brush to apply the Milano highlighter to my inner corner. Well, that's just perfect. Some lipstick. Little spritz. Any excess spritz I press in carefully. And there we have it, friends. We've come to the end of our demo using the new anniversary set from Wayne Goss Volume 2. And what do we think? I feel that everything looks flawless. If I have to pick my favorite brush out of the set, it is definitely the number 2. Is a true multitasker in every sense of the word. The fact that it can apply powder and cream, it could apply your highlighter, your bronzer, your blush, all flawlessly. And it is incredibly soft. I just can't get over how feather soft these brushes are. And it's a testament to the craftsmanship that's been put into creating these works of art, really. It's perfectly tapered for under the eye, it's perfectly sized for the cheekbone, perfectly tapered for applying bronzer or even contour. I mean, incredible. I felt the number one blended out my foundation beautifully, quickly. I probably would have applied some oil to help blend it out faster just because that's what I've been doing for the winter time. But even by itself with just the brush and the foundation, I think it did an incredible job at blending out my foundation seamlessly without effort. The size of it is perfect. You can get it done quickly. I've never used Wayne Goss eye brushes before, and I have to say, for me it was a little bit of a different experience again because hold on, let me just get the brush. This is a Smith 232 and this is a Luxie 231, both of which I use quite frequently, and you can see, I'll hold it against number 3 from Wayne, that Wayne's is definitely more tapered and the Smith is a little rounder. And I'm just accustomed to using this shape to apply color onto my crease. And this I feel is beautiful for hooded eyes or if you don't have a lot of lid space. I have quite a lot of lid space and it was a different experience for me again to utilize this shape brush to blend out my eyeshadow into my crease. I usually use a brush like this to apply defining shades onto my outer corner, and again, very different because it's more rounded at the top and Wayne's brush is very tapered, but I feel still effective in blending out that defining shade. I feel, my eyeshadow looks very smooth and blended. It doesn't look patchy. It was gorgeous. Now, I know I didn't have any black eyeshadow nearby because I was just lazy and didn't want to get up and get it. But I feel this was, even applying the brown eyeshadow, very easy to push into my lash line without it blowing up too far or too quickly. It was very precise, and I will actually use this tomorrow to maybe apply concealer under my brow because I mean I should have done that today. I was just being difficult about it. The flat edge is just ideal for applying that concealer, makes it very precise, cuts under the brow. Yes, it will take a little maneuvering to curve around that under edge, but I'm sure it's doable. This perhaps is probably my favorite brush. I think it's very similar to a MAC 217, but I found that the MAC 217 can fray a lot, so those bristles that stick out blow out the eyeshadow, I feel a little too much, but this stays compact for the most part and really builds beautiful defining shades to the outer and inner portion of my lid. Love the pencil brush. I feel this is incredibly soft and easy to use. It beautifully diffuses eyeshadow under the lower lash line, as well as it could punch in really nice inner corner highlight without it going too nuts. You could probably use this on the center of your nose or even onto the cupid's bow to apply highlights. I think this is the brush that might convince everyone to buy this set because I don't think he has a flat shader brush in his general collection on Beautylish. I'm looking at the website right now at all his eye brushes and they're all tapered. There's not a flat shader brush in the collection, and this is exclusive to the anniversary set volume 2. If you're crazy about shader brushes, a flat shader brush, this is the set it comes in. The way it's shaped, I feel, is just perfect to place color onto the lid, those metallic shades that you don't need for them to blow out too far. It just fits right to the center of the lid perfectly. I love how it could apply precise application of concealer and foundations on and around the face. In conclusion, I am very happy with my first Wayne Goss Beautylish brush collection purchase. I think they all performed beautifully with incredible precision. The craftsmanship of these brushes is simply divine. The softness of the bristles, the way they apply product. I looked close up when I went to grab my other crease brushes. I had a close-up of my skin in my bathroom mirror and like there is no trace of any texture. I mean, the makeup is just blended beautifully into my skin. Now, these are real hair. This is his real hair, and I will read on the website what it says about being cruelty-free. Handcrafted by over 20 artisans in Kumano, Japan, feather-light feel of undyed goat hair bristles, which are selected for luxurious softness and bundled uncut for the smoothest, most even application. So that's crazy. They're uncut, meaning these artisans by hand are placing the bristles in a way that shapes the brush to how you see them here. That's nuts. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what it sounds like from this description. This is limited edition and is cruelty-free. Now, from my knowledge, even though it is real goat hair undyed, they're not beating up the goats. They're simply collecting the hairs that the goat shed. Is that what's happening? Let me know down below. If I'm understanding this incorrectly, just let me know. I have synthetic brushes, I have real hair brushes. Apparently though, some people feel that it's still not cruelty-free because it is real animal hair. I think it's how the animal hair is acquired is what makes it cruelty-free or not. Again, I feel this set is very much worth the money. If you love brushes, if you're a professional makeup artist and you found that you need immaculate application, something that's going to apply makeup flawlessly and simply heavenly, then definitely look into Wayne Goss brushes. This is the first time I'm using an entire set from him. Again, I had a little tease when I purchased his number 13, which I was equally impressed with. This I feel is just as soft. I can't even imagine his other brushes from this collection, how soft they are and how beautifully they apply makeup. I especially love this to blend out my foundation. I also use this to apply bronzer and just to refine any blending after I applied all my face makeup. It's gorgeous. Now, am I gonna buy more Wayne Goss brushes? I couldn't really tell you. I'm satisfied with the brushes that came in the set. I completed this entire look using just those brushes. Will I probably use a beauty sponge to apply my concealer? Yes. I think I'll use a beauty sponge to blend out my concealer because that's just what I'm used to doing for that portion of my face routine. Not to say that the number 2 didn't blend out my concealer beautifully well, especially because it fits comfortably and feels comfortable. I'm looking forward to using the number 1 with a liquid, since we used a cream today. And I think that's it. We hit all the high points. Thank you friends so much for watching, and I hope this video helped. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And until then, I'll see you on here next time with another demo, tutorial, review, chit chat, or get ready with me. Take care, and I'll see you again soon.